Tata!
So,
Wait. Before you do it, I had something to read. I feel like that this really does cement my emotion.
I am putting the fan on. It is hot in here. I am dying.
The emotions of RWBY. From the young ages, I was prepared for the world to be a dangerous, evil place. But I was never prepared for it to also be this retarded.
But no, okay, so without knowing anything, I was able to get Lolly and Soda to record something for me.
Cool.
Based purely on what I think might happen in the episode.
Cool.
Plus...
You got them being there. You're little bitches now.
Yes, they are my business.
Yeah. Wait, where is it? Somewhere around here. There it is. Okay.
So now, the several things that we were let's say we had a little bulletin board of that we want to talk about beforehand.
Okay, you want to go first? Okay, you go first.
So, how would this episode end? My theory is that it will not. The cat will not be defeated, and the cat will go to the real world.
We haven't seen anything yet.
I completely unspoiled. I know one minor spoiler: Ruby comes back, but that's like.
We knew that.
Yeah, we all knew that.
Sadly.
We all knew that.
The world can't be at peace.
I just keep posting pictures of the episode with spoilery pictures.
You should stay out of your Discord.
It's not on Discord. It's on YouTube. You're not gonna keep me off of YouTube. I have Blood Meridian to watch and listen to.
Continue.
But no, so I feel like this season won't end. So there's a way to end the season. There's a way to wrap up everything and then get the next. But with enough little threads to get the next season open. There's some series like the ending of Gossip Girl Season 4 does it really well, where they tie up so many loose ends, but then they open up, in the last episode, they open up a bunch of new possibilities. Plus, one carried over mystery.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if Al Noah Zero is a bad example of a cliffhanger, Spectacular Spider-Man, if it would have continued, would have been an example of a good cliffhanger.
No, so, Spider-Man specifically is a hook.
Well, yeah.
I think a more extreme version of a cliffhanger would be Empire Strikes Back again, like I said, with Han being frozen and Luke finding out that Vader's his father. And those are bigger mysteries versus, the Carters are going to Florida. And
Norman Osborn's alive.
No, the hook is Norman being alive. That's the ending hook.
Norman's a basic bitch. He only talks Star Wars.
No, okay, let's use something else. Give me a second to think of a series.
Okay, you had your chance. My turn. Okay, so the message that I'm not sure what Rooster Teeth stands by.
Since I'm editing this, I can just remove your ability to speak.
So I'm not sure what Rooster Teeth stands on any of this, but the message that I'm getting from RWBY, the show, is that if your friend wants to kill themselves, then you should let them do it. Just let them do it. And
like you said, just do it.
And then it is their own choice to decide with that mentally ill brain of theirs that if they should live or die. And if they choose yes, you go and let them do that. I cannot see any way to get around that message. That's the only thing that I can see.
How many Canadians do you think work on this show?
I'm not sure if anyone... I said in a couple of videos ago, I forget it was the last episode or what, that I think Canadians... I'm not sure if Canadians did work on this or not. I was just making an assumption. I have no evidence to support that. Are Miles and Carrie's Canadian?
I think they're...
No, I think they're Texan.
This Arizona iced tea refuses to open for me because I have no nails.
Okay, so, is that all? I got the lyrics that you sent me because we're supposed to do karaoke of the song, but hopefully it will play. If not, we'll have to do it afterwards. I don't even remember the melody. I can't remember, Roses stuck in my head. The music is legitimately good. I even like that song, This Life Is Mine, of singing about your patriarchal prison, something. I can't remember.
No, we are bad shape.
I gotta get the box. This life is my... I can't remember that tune either. I know it, but I can't sing it. Ready, set, go.
Yes.
Striking down into the depths of nowhere, I am undone. Clapping tight onto memories, I know they'll be overrun by a girl inside of me. I got a track. Inside, I'm ready, I'm so much. I'm thinking so much. Cassie Lee's a good singer. Wait, is it Cassidy or Cassie?
It's Cassie.
Anyway, she's a really good singer.
Well, honestly, writing her own stuff, she's not being taken out of her comfort zone, what her dad kind of does in her earlier work. But she is pitch corrected, and she is notably pitch corrected in the first opening. That's a beautiful artwork balance.
Yeah. Okay, so this could have been what her mom looked like as she was before she died, but this is not what I imagined.
I love you. Just the way you are.
Bye, witches, out of the nest I go. I can't push you guys out, so I'll leave myself. I mean, I sort of like it, but at the same time, it kind of feels like someone on Tumblr would draw. Because for one thing, there's not much defineness of the female body. I mean, her breasts kind of just look like bumps glued onto her. I'm talking about an old woman's breast.
Prefer discretion.
They don't look like they're dating, let alone married.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, I actually don't know if they actually married or if they just cohabited. Because, yeah, well, he did sleep with 2 women. And that's the reason why I get so mixed up with Crow and Raven.
Wait, were they lesbian lovers?
Well, see, that's the reason why I get between Crow and Raven and Summer Rose is because it's weird. She looks weird. That Crow is actually not her uncle. Unless Crow is her father. Crow's not related to her in any way.
How does her hair look like a rose?
I don't know. I like it, but it looks weird at the same time. And you look weird in this new animation, Raven.
I don't think she looks bad.
Wait.
Okay. LightWorks is wondering about her daughter.
She left with Raven. Why would she?
Wait. Back up. Do you remember how Raven's semblance works?
Her sword can cut holes.
Yes, but only to certain people.
People she's next to.
Yes, but she's only got one set for a few people. Ozpin, her brother.
But she did cut a hole to her. She cut a hole out.
Yes, so that I'm saying is she has to be going to someone they know. I don't know if she has one set for Ozpin.
Are you just trying to tell me that it's useless? That I shouldn't even try? Is that the big lesson I'm supposed to learn? Just give up? Become someone else?
Is that what I'm telling you?
Kind of seems like what you are telling me, lady.
No, I like your new one. Don't you change?
No,
Don't you change?
no bananas! This isn't working. I don't know their connection between them at all.
Maybe it's time for a change.
We should have had an actual episode with them together, not flashback storybook.
Yeah, because it's not even the fact that we just had flashbacks, but we had narrated flashbacks with no talking, and she doesn't even look the same. This is her first time seeing her 3D outside of the opening.
So, it's in the movie saying, it's in the movie's anti-suicide now.
Nah, I still think it is.
So it works out.
Her arms are so fat. I hate them. None of these girls have anything feminine to them, though. They remove the cleavage. They remove any, definitive line. There's no cleavage on Weiss. There's no cleavage on Yang. There's no definitive marks under their boobs, so they just look like mannequins. My Barbie dolls look more feminine. Okay, that's the last thing I'll say about the designs. I swear.
The leaves have no effect on me. Maybe not. That's not the case for Neo. No! These regrets! These feelings! I can't!
Wait, so we actually never read her Roman holiday book.
Which this is alluding to, which I didn't know that the first time we watched that episode.
I probably should mention that. But it's a clever way to get rid of the cat.
Yeah, it seemed a little too simple. But it's cool. Oh, it's a furry.
It's a noise from The World of the Zoo.
I said a furry. Oh, also we found out this is the 4th longest episode in all of RWBY. The longest one was about 30 minutes. No, 29.
29 minutes.
Well, we don't know how long the credits were. And the other 2 were 8 minutes. 28 minutes. This is 26. And one was 27 and this is 26.
So far, like I said, I think...
Whose swords are those?
See, I think there's a lot of good stuff going on in this climax.
I don't even know if RWBY will continue after this. It might be canceled.
There's a lot of good stuff ended. There's a lot of good stuff so far. Oh, it's the tattoo that Leonardo used to try to kill himself with.
Just the way you are.
Wait, what?
I love you. Just the way you are.
I think that you're perfect just the way you are. Cause what about self-improvement?
Yeah. It feels like you're trying to cash in on one.
This what happens if I choose me.
Then maybe that girl is enough.
Feels like you're rushing for her trauma.
Well, they didn't take so long to get here. You knew you had 10 episodes to get this done.
Oh my goodness. So, see, we have this what a waste! You did this entire arc showing long build-up. You took forever to get to that build-up. She then cracks. And then she goes for the most insane thing just to pop out 5 seconds later? This entire arc was a waste! You've been building up since
one she chose when she was in the world.
No, her emblem. She gave that to the teapot lady.
I'm here, they're queer, and I'm gonna make them disappear.
You couldn't have disappointed me if you were just dead, you bitch!
It got recreated.
Whatever. What? This is too fast.
The animation or what?
No, not the animation. The animation's fine. In fact, this is the best it's looked for a while. This actually is the closest I've actually felt to Monty's style. I mean, it's not perfect, but man, this entire volume feels like a weight.
No,
You cannot change my mind on that.
like I said, my opinion turns out I edit the videos.
I agree, but I don't think this will change. Wow,
I agree with judgmental on the fact that they just compensated backward on with extra speed.
You're broken. You break everything you touch.
There goes the kitty cat. Gora, Ketchy, you failed me.
You're just pieces of shit who lick each other's wounds. Anything goes. You say you're teammates.
I would have liked if something changed about her design.
That's why we follow her.
You
drove her to suicide 2 episodes ago.
And you didn't even know if she was alive! Wait, what?
You bastard!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, her. Hey, never mind. I have to come back.
No, I don't care about that. The convenience, that makes
I
sense.
wanted the cat was the best.
That was such a horrific death for a character that...
I like horrific deaths. Like, I'm
Yes, but I can think of a million other people who deserve that. They go way in front of the line. Oh no, don't give me redemption. Don't give me redemption. I want Neo to commit suicide, but...
If he killed herself, I don't mind if he killed herself.
Sit then.
I know. I'm not rich.
I think Neo so far is the most well-handled character in this season.
Well, there you go. There she went. She went bye-bye, the best character.
She'll find herself one way or another.
Oh my goodness, this feels like an entire waste. My entire life. I need my... This is why...
I figured she wouldn't change physically.
Great, she's gonna come back as some new thing.
She comes back as Alex.
Maybe she'll come back as a cow. No, they won't race change. Maybe she'll come back as a caterpillar.
When I was in the tree, I never saw little. I wish I could say thank you.
Do you guys think we might have made things even worse?
Yes!
Never, just like Alex did.
Don't you mean like what you did to Atlas and Mistral?
I'd like to think that we did at least a little good.
No, you don't. You guys are homewreckers. No!
Well, we knew she fell into the tree.
Do I know you?
Oh,
Yeah, see, okay. Suck it, Indigo. Suck it.
please, what are you?
Well, you know, I haven't thought about it yet. You look like you have your wits about you. What do you think I am?
Well, to me, you seem like a friend.
Couldn't you have at least changed your hairstyle? I hate these girls.
Do any of
I hate
those
every one of them.
symbols?
But like I said, it's not the fact that I don't think the cat stuff was cool or he was even deserving of it. Yes, I'm using key pronouns too.
I don't care.
Is so many ever characters that should get that first. Salem, Cinder, Emerald. Emerald killed someone.
Who did Emerald kill?
She took part in Pyrrha's death. I mean, Penny's. And somewhat Pyrrha's.
No, Emerald's a backstabbing hoe.
Familiar, like a happy dream. I can't remember.
Reincarnation. Unless you're doing
I'm s-
Ochi no Ko, you don't have the memory. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it is bigger than I thought it was. But no, he was completely, he did not understand Ascension. I had to argue with him last night, trying to explain it to him, and he still didn't get it. I'm like, that must be a person being upside down your entire life, all the blood rushes to your head.
Wait, is the rest of this episode just this mushy-wushy stuff?
This season feels so much like it feels like the season got canceled halfway through, so they lost like 3 episodes. I bet that happened. I bet they said, oh, we have 13 episodes? They're like, my dude, you only have 10.
This
Like-
is 9.
This is 10.
This is... Oh, this is 10?
Yes.
Oh.
I have edited 6, 7, 8, 9, and this will be 10.
Okay. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much. I knew this episode would be bad, but this is awful.
So I'm probably gonna use this as my thumbnail and probably Photoshop.
Right there.
Yeah, this, and I'll Photoshop them in front of something super horrific, like 9/11. What about the other people who fell in here into the in between?
Yeah, there was at
Maybe a
least...
raptor.
Wasn't there at least like about 10, 20?
About maybe 10.
They died. They just died.
So what about Alex? What happened to her?
She died. The cat killed her, I guess.
Welcome
Some of us have really liked,
to my workshop.
some of us have really liked Attack on Titans to make this season.
Attack on Titans at its worst is nowhere near as bad as this.
See, I want Ruby to have more seasons. I want Ruby to have his 13 volumes.
I made it.
I'm glad you did.
Don't turn him back. His banana hair
Can
sucks.
you answer a question for me? That Lewis went back and Alex.
Yes. Only Lewis returned home. The girl who fell through the world is the story as he wished it had happened.
That's what I figured.
Are those?
The brothers.
Yes. These brothers were the tree's earliest blossoms. But that is the joy of creating, the not knowing.
Great.
Back then,
Rest of the
the
episode.
ever after was overgrown, wild and dangerous.
Aww.
To help tame it.
Well, like that, you see it with deer horns.
Yeah, and everyone has ram horns.
Then
Kind of like My Little Pony.
creativity. And who could replace the wilderness?
So this was just one long detour to get this exposition dump.
And gave them roles to play.
We sped run trauma just to get to this.
This is what they were supposed to do. How did Remnant come about? Us.
The brothers grew curious,
I don't like the backstory. Like I said, I feel like they lost a few episodes.
and so, using the skills and tools they had been given, they began to design their own creations.
I don't think that cat deserved that death.
Success
Give that death to Emerald or Cinder.
the end.
So, how did they get to Remnant?
A lily, an iris, a rose, and a chrysanthemum.
And so, the tree built them a special doorway.
I could be
to a
wrong
greater
about,
beyond, where the brothers could try creating worlds of
Place.
their own. A doorway that would remain open for the brothers' return. And what truly remarkable things they accomplished. Whenever the brothers' creations have come to the ever after, just like others will after you. Small kindness in one small moment led to such a marvelous transformation.
So this little mouse turned into Mickey Mouse.
Alex broke her promise to the cat.
Terrible thing to have a broken heart.
So she deserved
And
it?
there was nobody to send them back to the tree for repair.
What will happen to Neo?
She will have the chance to return her broken heart.
Exposition, blow it out, ASAP.
That's Alex's knife. Wait, how do you have this?
When Alex
I robbed her corpse.
she chose to leave a part of herself behind. A wish to fix what she had broken.
Nah, you robbed her corpse.
Like, I don't mind this part of the episode. It's just like, it felt like we needed 3 episodes more.
It's not so. No!
No! No! No!
You take it back?
No! Worst episode! I'm coming for you, writers!
Shave your head now.
I hate all of this. I hate it. I hate it.
This was literally for nothing! He doesn't even get to stay old!
Grow your hair out and become cool again.
And it really feels like they went in and they came out pretty much the same.
The only
Ruby's
change
just
is
a
they became
smidge.
gay.
Ruby's just a smidge more happy.
This show was gay and I will do crimes because of it.
There was no consequences.
So, the characters grew. Okay, so, the characters with air quotes grew. That's
Oh, I'm so glad that Bumblebee finally stuck it in that flower. Oh, Vecchio, the place you were originally supposed to go. You left a whole bunch of people in the desert to die.
what happened.
Oh, I'm sure Winter got them back. We don't need to think about it. And granted, they didn't know she was going there.
That season was needed to be restructured.
That was the worst!
No. Nothing that bad as season 8. Season 8 did what they wanted to make. They wanted to make season 8 and 9 and 7.
Oh, I guess. Wait, chapter 10? Oh, yeah, I guess the episode.
Volume
title.
9, chapter 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Does the music.
Yeah,
So turn it down a bit while we're talking, because we don't know if it's going to be anything. Now, there's parts of this episode I like a lot. There's parts of the stuff I openly admit. I like the fact that we were going to get the fact that
Okay.
the actor was made first.
Yes, but we kind of already guessing that, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Obviously, if you can guess it, that just means that there was proper build-up to it.
Ruby needs to physically change a bit.
They didn't even change her dumb hair.
I am going Jordan Peterson on you. So, we make characters physically change when they go to... So, after you go to the Belly Beach, you come out. We make characters physically change a bit, typically to visually show the mental growth they have achieved. All what happened to Ruby was... No. What happened to Ruby? I'm depressed. My friends are not helping her. I'm depressed. I'm going to kill myself because I'm so depressed. Realizing, oh, I'm not a bad person. I don't need to change myself. I just need to change my point of view. 1, she didn't change her point of view. She was like, oh, I can just be myself. 2, she was depressed for a good reason. She was depressed for a good but wrong reason. She was depressed because of actions that happened in the previous season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Problem is, none of the girls acknowledged the fact that they killed so many people in Atlas.
I was right. Did they acknowledge what they did?
No, they did not.
You said that I'd be wrong. You said that they might do better.
No, Mike. I said Mike. I called something.
No, you were calling me wrong for guessing that. You were saying, oh, Marisu, we should assume that. I'm sure that they can do better. I said, I know these people.
Okay, I had a little faith.
You put faith in the wrong people.
I know, I put faith in a bunch of people who some black dildos on their asses.
The only thing you can trust these people to do is most likely vote Democrat all the time.
And now they'll do the vote for Pumpkin to spite you. But
like for real. Baggage Claim, amazing YouTuber. Much more nicer than I could ever be. She did this amazing video. It was her newest one as the time of recording, and it was about the Mary Sue, the strong, independent woman, and she was talking about good characters like Luke and this one female character from
business and legal affairs. Like what? Did she tell you not to someone dodo up your ass?
Anyway, you're interrupting me. I didn't interrupt you.
Sorry.
Luke, and there's the one female character from that TV show that got canceled, Firefly. I forget her name is. But she was saying how to get strength, you need to lose something. Luke lost an arm. She also mentioned a few more, but I can't remember them. The person of Firefly, she lost a lot of the insanity in her mind. She was broken mentally, but...
Why do you think anime girls don't get their hair cut?
Well, I want a little something more than that, but you have to, when you have something that big, you have to have consequences. No. We couldn't even have John be old. No. What was the point of... Oh.
No, when Luke accidentally blew up a mining town because he was being used as a weapon...
Okay, so she didn't do all this music herself. Martin Gonzalez. No, it says lyrics written by, music written by.
Produced by, yeah, and I'm seeing her name. Yeah, this guy works with her.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she didn't do the music all by herself for all the songs.
No, so we say I'm saying is her father stepped on.
Special thanks to our family. The family.
No, the Ohm family.
Oh, the Ohm family.
Ohm's last name. I was on a state pen name. But no, back to what I was saying was, before we, so yeah, the Belly of the Beast, the character who goes through the Belly of the Beast has to come out chained, either mentally or physically. So see, isn't it a turn off of it? I might draw on the end credits.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's
No!
What should I do?
Keep it running! Turn it up!
To destroy humans.
Stop putting my Batman down!
Why is he a fault? Why is he a minority?
I've never seen Cyborg with long dreads.
Why is her hair flaming? Where's Kira? What time period did it take place then?
I do not know. There's a list of
that's why there's only 10 episodes in this. I can guarantee you, I will trade my pinky. I will trade my left pinky. I can guarantee that they were going to do a 13 episode season for this volume. But then they're like, hey, do you want to do a crossover with Justice League? Like, yeah, heck yeah, we want to do a crossover with Justice League, but it's going to cost some money. Who cares? We'll just sacrifice some episodes from the actual series because no one cares about that. No one gets a
And we'll have the person who wrote Gay Robin, Tim Drake, the longest running comic book couple. So I've heard.
Tomorrow. It's going to be me or the creators. I
don't know. They made Robin gay.
But no, like, they wasted a golden route. Like I said, Ascension is actually kind of an interesting concept and interestingly used in this season. You better have been recording. You better have been.
Yes.
Thank you. Because I can't recreate Pixie Vanguard. It has to come naturally to me.
Yeah, I know. I'm so angry.
So I'm saying it. So I was having like I said, I can have a I don't like the season of RWBY. Like don't get something. I don't like the season of RWBY. I can find the little nuggets and pull them out. But
yeah, I know. I get you. I feel you.
No, but Ascension was done in a very clever and interesting way, and it was consistent enough. So I would
okay.
defend Ascension against the Aussie because he didn't understand it. Like,
Well, yeah,
no,
I can
the show is consistent in how it's something works. I'm sorry, you're just wrong.
I defended bad shows from when people get it wrong too. I've defended The Last Jedi, and I hate that movie. Okay, so going through each of these episodes, not physically, but just scrolling through them, I think I can name a good thing in each episode. Okay, so episode 1, it's like when they get there and stuff like that.
Comedy is good.
She's losing her mind and it's never explained.
The problem is Weiss was made to be the funny person because they ran out of people to make the funny. They ran out of people. The problem is, and her comedy is really good. The problem is, it's completely inappropriate.
I think they did a good...
Freddy Got Fingered is more totally consistent than this volume.
I feel like that this episode 1, the good thing about it was that it did a good introduction to the world's layout and the way that it looks. That is what I think that they did. That's my opinion. Okay, episode 2. That's when they go find the purple talking raccoon and they get together and then they find out Penny died and then Ruby collapses. It's the beginning of her trauma, so I feel like that was handled semi-good. I mean, it was a little cartoony, but it was good.
That episode I felt like it was kind of boring a bit. It's character-driven season.
I'm trying to dig.
Character-driven season. Who will she find? Again, the lyrics are, who will she find?
She found nobody.
No, I'm saying it focused more on the world than it did on the characters. And then it's not cleverly focusing on the world, but how
don't focus on each.
I think this was the best episode out of the first half. I'm breaking the season into chunks. There will be pre-John and then post-John.
Okay, and then this is Rude, Red, and Royal. That's a tongue twister. I think that
we weren't reading the title of the episode to begin with. So, episode 1, a place of a peculiar concern. Episode 2, altercation
at the auspicious auction. All of these names are supposed to be tongue twisters. That's the point of them.
So that episode had very bad fight scene, good music. Again, okay?
Which one are you referring to? Red Royal?
Red Royal.
It was the first fight scene. The little thing at the begining, I don't count that.
No, it's barely a fight. No, it's a badly animated fight scene. But again,
Casey, at least it was a fight scene.
Casey is holding the thing. This episode was pretty boring.
Cassie.
A Cat Most Curious. It's good comedy, kind of boring.
I love the voice acting of the cat. Goro Akechi does an amazing job. I forget his real name.
When he plays Goro, he really does emphasize the factiness of Goro, which is really good.
And then the Parfait of Predicament.
Good world building, and this episode has really good world building. I really do like it when it comes to that. But again, character focused season, there's a time and place for everything. Besides that, all these episodes feel slightly stressed.
Yeah, they do. Which is funny because it feels like every single time we finish an episode, they always feel too long, but yet it doesn't feel like we did nothing.
Stop, take it back. Okay, A Cat Most Curious. I need to rewatch The Cat Most Curious. I didn't get a chance to watch the season. I was super busy. Didn't get a chance to watch any of the season episodes before the finale.
I've watched all episodes except for this one twice.
That episode has a herbalist in it, which means there is a conversation with the girls confronting themselves. Because he uses the tree. He uses the leaves from the tree to make them confront themselves.
Yes, and it literally says, we've done nothing wrong. We're perfect.
Plot-wise, the series was well written plot-wise. Outside of it's not a place you go, it's a place you know. Like, I'm going to murder this cat.
The cat didn't know. Okay, Parfait of the Predicament. That's the one where the Cat Most Curious. That's when they're going to get the stuff to make them big again, and then the Parfait is when they get the stuff.
No. The Cat Most Curious when they go to the herbalist.
No, the Parfait of the Predicament is when they go to the herbalist.
No, the Parfait of the Most Predicament is when they go to get the Parfait at the auction. Not the auction, at the flea market. Remember they get attacked with a Jabberwock at the very end of the episode? John appears on Juniper.
Oh yeah. See, I did watch all these episodes, but it gets all mixed up. Anyway, Confession was in the cumulonimbus clouds.
Be gay or the birds will do crime.
Yeah, that was literally all that episode was. And it was also the introduction with Jean. Well, technically the last episode was, but that's when they finally get to talk to him. Yeah, that's when they finally get to talk to him, and it's just...
John was a really good character, and I can guarantee that all his development has been lost.
Yes, it has.
John should have... the knife should have de-aged John, but kept his facial hair.
Something.
And not made him go back to his whiny little voice.
The Perils of the Paper House.
Hail
Hitler!
Okay, that's random. Suicide is badass. Thank you very much.
That's when Ruby goes off on a rant.
That's her home. Oh, yeah, I forgot. The Perils of the Paper House is when we get the birth to the greatest creation of everything. Homophobic Ruby.
I'm sorry. Rephrase that. Hail homophobes!
Yeah, homophobes. Wait, homophobes? I'm singing House right now.
Tea amidst the terrible trouble. The best episode
Literally the best
in
episode.
this entire stupid season. The
Literally.
fight scene was good. It was still not as what Monty did. Nothing will probably be like what that madman was, but at least it was good, and it didn't give Ruby a rest. You could really tell she was being beaten down and really put to the edge.
If Monty directed that fight scene, she would have never hurt. If Monty directed that fight scene, she would never have hit the ground because all the characters would have been wombo comboing her in the air.
She would have been. She was
They would have
really.
been juggling her
She
ass.
was being really pushed to the brink, both physically and emotionally. My sister is dead, and I don't care.
Now, this is why I keep on bringing up, it's not a place you go, it's a place you know. They have no clue. The cat didn't know where they are. She didn't know. They don't know where they are. So, they would have been like, oh, we're so worried. Then they see that, so what a Rollers episode would have been, oh my god, Ruby's dead. Then they go there, they're still worried. Then they see the Geo people, and they're like, oh, wait, they didn't go down, they didn't go to the tree. They killed themselves, but they ascended. They were able to ascend, which means maybe Ruby can descend. Like, let's go to the tree, and they look at the tree, and then they go. Then when they're in the tree, they look around, and then they find Ruby. Then they can start cheering up, like, okay, get Ruby. And then Yang, like, White's like, oh, good, because White would be the most likely one to be like, yay. And then Yang would be like,
Well, that's like I said. I was
and Yang
telling.
would be like,
I was telling Nora on the walk when we were walking the dog. I was saying, what this episode should be like if it was good, is Yang should have been freaking out. Blake is trying to comfort her because I guess she's the girlfriend or whatever, and
I don't think Blake even knows who Ruby is.
Point being is, even if I didn't know who my boyfriend's brother was, no, I don't have a boyfriend, but let's pretend I do.
Don't say that, you said a lie.
If I...
People have for some reason first three in the Discord, I don't know why. Like, Lauren knows, although Lauren knows why, but the speds want you.
I'm a woman, they have low standards.
Okay, that makes sense.
Get
wrapped, Discord!
Boyfriend. If I had my...
I'll let you know.
Boyfriend, brother, and he was dead, I would still be comforting my husband. Let's go for that one. My husband's, even though I didn't know my brother-in-law, because that's just what you do if you're in love with someone. But point being is, Blake should have been trying to comfort her, whether as a friend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. Should have been comforting her, trying to calm her down. Then Weiss being...
No, and Yang, like a lesbian, should have beat the crap out of her.
And then Weiss being somewhat of the voice of logic, because Weiss does seem to be the one who's thinking the most. She's not right. She's not even logical, but she is the one. She is
MVP of the season.
She is the one who's thinking. No. She's the NPC.
Yes.
She does and says whatever is required. Whatever is being said that isn't being said, Weiss will say it. That was her role. Weiss is your basic white liberal who thinks she is the savior of all the poor little minorities, and she will guide them all to victory.
She looks up like, no, I'm here to save you because you're too stupid and dumb and ignorant to understand how to help yourself. No! Perfect opportunity! The race of floor!
I will help a perfect funny.
Yes, hashtag funny lives matter as he smashes a bunch of candles.
Okay, so anyway, Weiss being the voice of something, we'll figure it out later what she's the voice of. The voice that says things would be saying, I'm sure she's fine. When people die, she could be at the tree. And then Blake would be like, yeah, she's at the tree. And then Yang would be like, oh yeah, you're right. She's at the tree. Of course she's at the tree. She's at the tree, right. And then Blake would be kind of calming her down. And then when Yang is rushing ahead, being all anxious to get to the tree, and then Blake and Weiss would be talking, saying, worry. We don't actually know if she's at a tree. And then it was like, well, I had to say something. I had to say something. She needed cheering up. Yeah, I know, but Ruby's not a part of this world. She could be dead for good. And then it's, no, better yet, she could be, don't finish it. Just don't finish it. That would have been perfect! Why?
The way it worked is, it would be, again, they run, go to the village, see the Geo people, find out, okay, the Geo people were able to reincarnate without directly going to the tree, which means you can reincarnate without going to the tree. How do we get to the tree? They all stare at the tree, then John finally realizes that he's like, I've been hearing the call all this time, I've been denying it. And then they all like, look forward.
Oh, and that's another thing I didn't even mention is when Yang, starts going to the tree. We're almost at 40 minutes.
Wow.
We're at 40 minutes. When Yang goes to the tree, not the tree. I misspoke. When they go see the Geo people, she's then gonna be freaking out for a different reason. Like, what if it's not Ruby? They kind of do that.
I don't want her to wait. So if I was writing this, she would not freak out about what if it's not Ruby until she sees Ruby. That's not entering her mind yet.
No, but
She is so wrapped up with the fact that, oh my goodness, no, first of all, where is the guilt? Like, depression.
Your sister committed suicide in front of you!
Suicide depression manifests in many different ways. Ruby was literally the textbook definition of it.
where did I go wrong? I lost
I don't remember the lyrics, so
friend.
I'm not singing with you back.
Somewhere alone in the bitterness, I would have stayed up with you all night if I knew how to save a life. See, look, literally, it says I would have stayed up all night. Yang's the kind of person who hangs up.
No, Yang takes benefit. I'll give you something rough. Time to take my NyQuil. She's like the sleeping pills. Now see, I know. So see, Ruby. So Yang is honestly, my life is playing around behind Yang. Yang can hear it, doesn't get the message. While Ruby is blaring MK Ultra victim. TV screens of my memories, satanic waves of apathy. I'm a broken piece of what I used to be. I lost my mind when I was lost in dreams. I'm wide awake, but I can't wake up and hear you loud and clear. But you might break up because this is gonna be a I don't turn out where I lose it. There.
My goodness. Oh, bravo. But, oh my goodness. This episode, this season, I knew it would end bad. I really did. And it didn't even really end on a cliffhanger because it ended exactly where I thought it would be. Them going to Vacchio, which is how we suspected Volume 8 was going to end.
And everyone beside a detour is to make the characters grow.
Couldn't one of them lose?
This was a big lift alligator moment.
It literally was. It literally was. Does anybody remember that?
We're bringing it back, boy.
Weiss should have lost an eye!
Punish Weiss. Oh yeah, Metal Gear and her. All the girls should have physically went. I don't think all the girls should have physically went for the chain, but Ruby should have not looked the exact same. She should have her old. It truly is. Can I be me? She would have been a fusion of all three versions. You set this up in the opening. My God, you set this up in the opening. How cool would it have been if she comes out and it's a new design, specifically inspired by the last three designs?
And boy, they gave
OG haircut.
And I love it how you were saying. I love it how Nora once again was failed by Mike and Brian. Oh, I'm liking this part. The first part was bad, but I'm liking this part, and then they failed it by making John young again.
Oh, I lost my mind.
You did. Okay, so this episode was 26 minutes. We have now been talking 46 minutes.
20 extra minutes.
Yay!
A wild IndigoFrost has appeared.
You know, when I was in high school, about the time Ruby Volume 4 or 5-ish was coming out, I think? I'm not sure. It was one of the earlier sort of stages. I decided to give it a bit of a watch. I didn't like Red vs. Blue, thought Rooster Teeth was naff, and I frankly really didn't like Ruby when I was watching it either, but my friend group liked it, and so I was pretty much ostracized from that friend group. Yay! And the whole Tifa vs. Yang death battle and how rigged it was kind of cemented my dislike for Rooster Teeth and Ruby. But now, looking back at it and seeing how terrible the show has gotten, I kind of feel vindicated. Let's see, Ruby has done horrible things this season, which has had zero consequence on her really, and it's only given her a power-up, where I feel like if you tried that in real life, you wouldn't get a power-up, you just become a hero. Weiss, if you told me she actually did anything this season, I would believe that you're lying, and that you are probably fed or something like that, and no, there is not a body buried in my basement. Yang and Blake feels like the relationship got Voltroned. I mean, hell, even one of the voice actresses, I believe, said that they didn't believe in it, but then went for 180 as soon as it was becoming really popular and said, oh, this has been in the works all along, trust me, you can believe me, a voice actress. We do not lie at all whatsoever. And John, I feel like that show keeps kicking him just down the stairs more and more and more just to make him seem more and more pathetic. I'm just thankful that they just didn't do a full-on fucking Ironwood with him and made him evil. It really seemed like they were going to do that for a little bit. In Neapolitan, I thought we were on the, you know, whole girl boss stage and not the, girl, I told you to get me this fucking flavor sort of stage. You know what I mean? So, the fact that they tried to make every single female character more sympathetic and more upstanding, in the end they just make them seem more submissive to men and whatnot, and that's the exact opposite of what they're trying to go for. It just shows that they just show that they have no real agency or any sort of real desires, which is fucking terrible. And frankly, what was the point of Volume 9? They could easily just condense the show if they had proper writers and had a good idea of what the story was going into 8 volumes. They should have been able to be finished by now, but I don't know, it just feel like every single volume and arc is pointless, and either they're going to rush it at the very end, so all the development's in one volume, or this is going to end at volume 56 and nobody's going to stick around for that long. It just feels like it's the Shenmue of web animation, the fact that it promises so much, they do so much intermediate stuff, but nothing that actually matters. And then you could have just cut it out, and nothing would have changed whatsoever. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
How else am I gonna edit it out? Oh,
Don't you dare!
No, I mean, I'm gonna edit out the one chunk where we're not talking about or giving the backstory. I'll keep a little bit of the backstory.
Well, yeah. No, you know what I mean. I mean the conversation.
Well, I usually take out the ums and ums, but we're not umming and umming as much as we've used.
Okay.
I'm taking that part out.
Anyway, end plots.
No. But how we're gonna end this. So, that's it.
Where's the meat?
No, we're supposed to be what else is there?
They see you as small and helpless. They see you as just a child. Surprised when they find out that a warrior will soon run wild. Prepare for your greatest moments. Prepare for your finest hour. The dream that you've always dreamed is coming
now we're going to look at the damage. We haven't looked at it yet, and we're going to assess if it was a total loss or not. Yeah, so it was a total loss.